Welcome to the Author's Corner Review, brought to you by KNEO Radio 91.7 FM. I'm Roberta Foster, and today I'm going to be sharing fiction with you from the publisher Revell. Our first book is called Chase the Light, written by Suzanne Woods Fisher. Best-selling author Suzanne Woods Fisher returns with Chase the Light, the pulse-pounding second installment in her National Parks Summers series. Weaving together adventure, mystery, and romance, Fisher transports readers to Maine's windswept coast for an exhilarating journey to uncover a century of secrets at Acadia National Park. When Acadia National Park Ranger Scout Johnson discovers a weathered note near a remote lighthouse, she never imagines it will expose a century-old mystery. The cryptic message points to a forgotten shipwreck, a vanished treasure, and a lighthouse keeper's suspicious death. Seeking answers, Scout enlists Nacky Dana, a thoughtful man whose Penobscot heritage provides crucial insights. As they venture deeper into Acadia's rugged wilderness, their unlikely partnership begins stirring feelings Scout didn't expect to find, but they aren't the only ones searching. Chase Fletcher, a charming local journalist, sees this treasure hunt as his last opportunity to save his failing paper and finds himself increasingly drawn to the ranger leading the search. With pressure mounting and loyalties tested, Scout must navigate a winding path between history and justice, truth and betrayal, and determine who and what deserves her trust. Suzanne Woods Fisher is the award-winning best-selling author of more than 40 books, including A Hidden Hope, Capture the Moment, and many other beloved contemporary romance and Amish romance series. She is also the author of several nonfiction books about the Amish, including Amish Peace and Amish Proverbs. And you can learn more at SuzanneWoodsFisher.com, and Suzanne is spelled Suzanne. And that is the book Chase the Light by Suzanne Fisher, and that's part of the contemporary romance fiction genre. The next book is called The Brunswick by Callie Murray. Entrepreneur and debut author Callie Murray delivers a stunning first novel with The Brunswick. Inspired by true events in 1939 Georgia, this sweeping tale illuminates the lesser-known pre-World War II efforts to rescue Jewish refugee children through a story of courage, romance, and the extraordinary choices that define us. Cora Kane never imagined her life would extend beyond the borders of small-time Georgia, where she manages The Brunswick, her family's once magnificent hotel, now operating as a general store. When Thomas Watkins arrives seeking work while grieving his mother's recent death, a connection sparks between them. Through Thomas, Cora begins to dream of a future built on hope rather than obligation. But everything changes when Cora receives an unexpected request to transform the Brunswick into a safe haven for Jewish children fleeing Nazi Germany. The decision forces Cora and Thomas to wrestle with their own unresolved past while confronting the deep-seated prejudices of their community. Can their fledgling relationship survive the mounting pressure? And is their hope strong enough to withstand the resistance building around them? Half a world away in Vienna, 10-year-old Charlotte faces an impossible reality. Though she witnesses the escalating persecution of Jewish families throughout her city, she cannot fathom why her parents would send her away to a foreign country to live with strangers who speak a different language. As war's shadow reaches Georgia and lives converge, each person must confront their understanding of family, belonging, and sacrifice, and decide what they're willing to hold on to and what they must let go. Callie Murray is an entrepreneur who's been featured on The Today Show and in The New York Times. Her debut Southern fiction book delves into the lesser-known historical details preceding World War II. And you can learn more at calliemurray.com, CALLIEMURRAY.com. And that's the book The Brunswick by Callie Murray, and that is from the historical romance genre. Next, we have a book called A Chance for Callie May, written by Anne H. Gabhart. And this book also from Revell, part of the historical romance fiction genre. With her signature blend of authentic historical detail and deeply emotional storytelling, Anne H. Gabhart transports readers to the breathtaking Appalachian Mountains for an unforgettable tale of courage, sacrifice, and the transformative power of love in the book A Chance for Callie May. Since childhood, Callie has clung to two simple wishes: to unlock the world of reading and to build a life with Quinn Spencer. But when tragedy swept through her family, stealing her mother and younger sister, she put her dreams on hold. She promised to raise her baby sister and younger brother, setting aside her own desires to keep what remained of her family intact. Years pass, and a glimmer of hope appears when one of the Moonlight Schools for Adults opens near her mountain home. Callie believes that her dreams of literacy can finally become a reality. But her second dream seems impossible when her father sternly forbids her from seeing Quinn. While searching desperately for her missing sister through the dark mountain woods, Callie encounters Quinn unexpectedly. What they shared as children ignites into something far more powerful, reawakening hopes Callie believed were lost forever. Yet their family remain locked in a bitter feud. Following her heart means jeopardizing everything she's worked so hard to preserve. A Chance for Callie May brings history and romance to life as Callie May faces an impossible choice: honor the sacrifices she's made for her family, or dare to reach for the dreams she buried long ago. Anne H. Gabhart is the best-selling author of many novels, including The Pursuit of Elena Bradford, The Song of Sourwood Mountain, and In the Shadow of the River. Anne enjoys discovering the everyday wonders of nature while hiking in her farms, fields, and woods with her grandchildren. And you can learn more at annehgabhart.com. And that's the book A Chance for Callie May by Anne H. Gabhart from Revell. We switch genres slightly to romantic suspense fiction with the book Scent of Hope, written by Susan May Warren. Following the successful launch of her Call of the Wild series with Track of Courage, USA Today bestselling author Susan May Warren returns with Scent of Hope, the highly anticipated second installment that promises to deliver even more intensity. Packed with action, adventure, heart-stirring romance, and the heroic efforts of a remarkable canine, Warren's latest novel plunges readers deep into Alaska's rugged wilderness for a gripping tale where courage is tested, second chances collide with danger, and the hunted becomes the hunter. Harley Tatum made a vow to never return to Copper Mountain, Alaska, where a drug dealer destroyed her family and the man she loved walked away. But when that same criminal escapes and justice calls her name, she has no choice but to face everything she buried. Jericho Bowie remembers things differently. She left him, and he spent years wondering why. Now Harley needs his search and rescue dog Orlando to track a fugitive through treacherous mountain terrain, and Jericho refuses to let her go alone. Not again. But as they push deep into the frozen wilderness, the hunter becomes the hunted. Old feelings resurface at the worst possible time, and survival depends on two people who don't know if they can trust each other or their hearts. Susan May Warren packs action and heart-pounding suspense from the rugged wilderness of Alaska into a non-stop adventure where the greatest danger might be opening your heart again. Susan May Warren is the USA Today bestselling author of nearly 100 novels, including the Global Search and Rescue and Montana Rescue series. She's a winner of a Rita Award and multiple Christie and Carol Awards, as well as numerous Reader's Choice Awards. And you can visit her at susanmaywarren.com. That's the book Scent of Hope by Susan May Warren. And now recapping the books that I have shared with you, all from the publisher Revell, a imprint of Baker Publishing Group. Okay, the last book we talked about from Susan May Warren, The Scent of Hope from the Call of the Wild series. A Chance for Callie May from Anne H. Gabhart. The Brunswick, a World War II novel of the American South by Callie Murray. And we started off with Chase the Light from the National Parks Summers series, and that's written by Suzanne Woods Fisher. If you would like to hear this review again or share it with another, you can find it on your favorite podcast platform or through KNEO.org. This has been Roberta Foster with your Author's Corner Review. Join me again next time on KNEO 91.7 FM, The Word.